Good morning. We're doing a quick video on different multiplication and division strategies this morning. So we're going to look at two different multiplication strategies and two different division strategies. So we're going to start off with two multiplication strategies, and we're going to start with the standard method. If you want to work the problem along with me and pause it as I talk, that would be awesome. If not, and you just want to watch and do a quick refresher, that's also awesome. So we're going to go through and we're going to work out a 3-digit by 2-digit number. We're going to use the standard method, and then we're also going to take a look at an area model. And we're going to work out the same problem twice. I'm going to show you how it would look with each different strategy. So the 315 times 23, we're going to take the ones number, the 3 here first, and multiply it by the 3-digit hundred number, the 315 up at the top. So we're going to go 3 times 5 is 15. We're going to put down our 5 for our ones, carry our tens. So we have 3 times 1 is 3, plus that 1 is 4. And then we have 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 945 for our first thing. Now, before we go ahead and multiply out our tens digit or our 20, we need to either put a 0 here or put a blank, or I've even seen some people with an X. I like to put a 0. It's just the way I was taught to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. I then have 5 times 2 is 10. So I'm going to put down my 0. Again, carry my 1. And then I have 2 times 1 is 2, plus that 1 again is 3. And then 2 times 3 is 6. So that's my bottom line. Then once I have all my numbers, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add. So I have a 5, 4, this is a 12. I'm going to put down my 2, carry my 1, and I end up with 7,245. Now, we're going to do the problem again using the area model. Only when we use the area model, we should get the same answer, but we're just organizing our problem a little differently. So basically what this is we're taking our number and we're breaking it apart by place value. So we're going to take that 315 and break it into hundreds with 300, tens with the 10, and ones with the 5, and then we're doing the same thing with the 23. We've broken it into tens and ones, just like this. Now, once we have the problem broken apart, basically doing 6 small multiplication problems. It's almost exactly like this, only we've just organized it differently. So looking at our first, I like to just work down each row. If you want to skip around and you have a different order you do it, I've seen people work left to right, left to right, left to right. As long as you fill in all the boxes, it doesn't really matter what order you do them in. So this first box we have 300 times 20, or if you just want to ignore all the zeros, sometimes you can cover them up and just be like, alright, 3 and 2 is 6, and then you can just count your zeros, 1, 2, 3, and add in those 3 zeros, and then you have 6,000. Okay, the same with this, you have 1 times 2 is 2, and then count your zeros, you have 2 is 200, you have 5 times 2 is 10, and then count your zeros, you add a 0, so you have 6,000, 200, and 100. And then over here you have 3 and 300. 3 times 3 is 9. And then add your 2 zeros. You have 3 times 10 is, 3 times 1 is 3. Count your zeros, 1. And then 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so you have 6 different numbers now. And you can take those 6 numbers, and my trickiest part is just always making sure that I get them all. And I like to sometimes even just go back and count them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before I add them. Okay, so this first row is 5. I'm falling off my desk here. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 3, 1 is a 4. Okay, 9 plus 2 is 11, plus that is 12. Carry my 1, it's a 7. So my final answer is 7,245. Exact same answer as I got over here. So either strategy will work. Okay? So let me run you through 2 division problems here really quick too. Okay? On division, we have our standard way, and then we're going to have a subtraction way. I wrote subtraction down, and you'll see why in a little bit. I like to have a little bit of room up at the top of the problem to do it. So when we're doing our standard way, there's 4 basic steps. There's divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, or some people like to say dad, mom, sister, brother. However, you need to remember it's fine. But basically, 4 different steps. So looking at this 8 and the 31, you're going to ask yourself, how many times does 8 go into 31? That's 3, so that's the D. And then you're going to go M. 8 times 3 is 24. Put your 24 down. Go ahead, S, subtract. 31 minus 24 is 7. And then you're going to B, bring down. So you have 75. So now you have to think, how many times does 8 go into 75? You have 9. So 8 times 9 is 72. So you multiplied. Now you have to subtract. 75 minus 72 is 3. You're going to B, bring down. You have 31. 8 goes into 31 3 times. You have 24. And you should have 7 left over. So your final answer for this problem is 393, remainder 7. Now, you can also use subtraction to do division problems. And here's what that looks like. So you're going to start off with the same first step. You're going to ask yourself, how many times does 8 go into 31? And again, the answer is still 3, only this time you're going to go ahead and you're going to make it 300. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and just fill this in all the way across, and then you're going to multiply, okay, and you get 2,400, and now you're going to subtract. Okay, and you end up getting 751. Now, you're going to ask yourself again, how many times does 8 go into 75? Just like we had done before, and the answer is 9. Okay, only we're just going to put a 0 like that. And when we multiply 8 times 9, we get 72. We're going to add in that 0. Okay, and then again we're going to subtract. So 751 minus 720, we end up with 31. Okay, again, 8 goes into 31. We're going to say 3 times. Okay, and that's 24. And then we're going to subtract, and we have 7. Now, when we're doing the subtraction problems, we know we have the problem solved. When we get to the end and we either don't have a remainder, we have a 0 down here, or when our remainder is smaller than the number we're dividing by. Just like that, okay? Now, we also need to take our numbers up at the top, because while we've been subtracting down, we want to add up the numbers at the top. So we have 300 plus 90 is 390, and then 390 plus that 3 is 393, and then remember we have our remainder down here, which is 7. So our final answer is, no matter how you do it, 393, remainder 7. Our answers for the first Monday's worth of math and reading will be posted Monday. And we hope you have a good track out and are enjoying your time away from school. Have a great day.